Hello guys, in this video I am going to show you how you can locally install this freshly minted Cosmo 1 billion parameter model from Hugging Face. Hugging Face has trained this model on this Cosmopedia dataset, which is the largest synthetic data at the moment. I just did another video in detail as what exactly this CosmoDB is. Cosmopedia is simply a data set of synthetic textbooks, blog posts, stories, posts, and WikiHow articles generated by Mixtral 8 into 7 billion Instruct V01 model. This dataset contains over 30 million files and 25 billion tokens, making it the largest open synthetic dataset to date. It covers variety of topics and I have discussed it in great detail in my previous video, and I'll drop the link in video's description. Coming back to this Cosmo 1 billion, this is also one of the coolest model out there. As I said, it has been trained on Cosmopedia synthetic dataset and it has 1.8 billion parameter model. So one might argue that this should be called as 2 billion instead of 1 billion because it is closer to 2 billion. But anyway, the training corpus, as I said, consisted of 30 billion tokens, 25 billion of which are synthetic from Cosmopedia. Also, the researchers haven't really explored the synthetic generation of code, but they have augmented the dataset with 5 billion token of non-synthetic sources like the code Python and also a Web.50 subset of AutoMath text. They have also added 1 million from the Stacks Jupyter notebook converted to script. They tend to have educational code interleaved with text. In this model, while training, they have also included Ultra Chat formatted in the chat format of Llama model. So that is where they don't have to instruction tune the model after the pre-training. They have also upsampled twice the data from these seed sources twice to help with common sense and reasoning, which includes stories, automath, text at Khan Academy. There are a lot of other things since, for example, they have trained for 6 epochs, resulting in a model trained on 180 billion token with a sequence length of 2k. And also it has used a global batch size of 1.3 million tokens and a learning rate which is quite fine for 140k steps. For the tokenizer, they have used it from simply Mistral 7 billion. Okay, now enough theory. Let me take to you my local system, which is primarily an Ubuntu release. And this is my Ubuntu system. As you can see that I have Ubuntu 22.04 installed and I already have pip and Python installed. So let me clear my screen. I am using one GPU of 16 GB VRAM and my memory size is 32 GB. Okay, now if you don't already have, make sure that you have in transformers and accelerate install. I already have it, so I'm not going to do it again, or maybe let me just upgrade it, doesn't affect anything. Okay, so that's done. Let me clear my screen and let me launch my Python interpreter, as this is where I'm going to download and then run this model. First step, let's import some of the required libraries, which include auto tokenizer and auto model for causal LM. As I have one GPU, so I am going to mention devices CUDA. If you are using CPU, simply replace CUDA with CPU. Okay, that is cool. Now let's get the tokenizer, and as I said, tokenizer is from the Mistral 7 billion. That is almost done. Cool. And now let's download the model locally. So let me put the command here instead of typing, and to device means that it is sending it to GPU. So let's wait for it to load, and you can see that size is under 5 gig. Hopefully I will have enough disk here. Okay, let's wait for it to load, and the load speed of course depend upon your internet download. I'll just wait for it to load. So model is almost downloaded. Took around 5 minutes. As you can see the ETA here on the right hand side of that row, which is still in progress. And that shard is done. Now it is loading the second shard, which is around 2 gig. So it seems that the model size is around 7 gig, which is okay for a 1.8 billion model. Okay, let's wait for this second shard to finish. Second shard is almost done too. And then it should just do some checkpointing and the model download will be completed. That is also done. Awesome. Okay, so now let's specify our prompt. So I'm just asking it to generate a story involving a dog, an astronaut, and a baker. And then we will play around with some other prompts too. But let's see um, how this one goes. So let's also apply the prompt template. And I'm just applying the chat template here because this model has already been trained on Ultra Chat. Okay, that is fine, no problem. Now let's send the input to the model. Let's grab the output. Let's wait for model to generate the output and then we will display the output here. Let's wait for it to finish. That is good. Now let's display what model has decoded. There you go. So this is what we asked it. As you can see in between this inst, and then look at the story that once upon a time there was a little girl named Lily who lived with her family, Willow Creek. She always loved dogs. And then Max was the dog. And then where is the astronaut? One day Lily was walking Main Street. She noticed something unusual happening outside of local bakery. Okay, baker is there. As soon as he saw lit up, Mr. Johnson, we just received some bad news from NASA. We don't have any more supplies coming our area at least another month. Oh wow, cool. So there you go. You saw that it has woven this story by including all the three things which we asked it to do. And look at the response of it. Awesome stuff. Very impressive. So let's try out another prompt. Let me put some lines here and then I'm going to paste another prompt. So you can see the prompt is that which one came first, egg or chicken? Explain it to a 6-year-old. So let's print the output. There you go. So it says that I don't have any context about the age of this child. However, in general terms, eggs are usually eaten after consuming other food such as meat. So based on that logic, if an egg comes first, then chicken would come next. Okay, so I think not a best of the answers, but anyway, let's go with another one. Let me put some lines here. So in the next one, I'm asking it that explain this text version of Navier-Stokes equation. This equation primarily deals or explains how liquids and gases flow. So let's see if this model is aware of this Navier-Stokes and can explain it to a 5-year-old. Oh, very nice. So you can see that it is displaying that imagine you are playing with your toy cars on the floor. You have two types of toys, fast ones, slow ones. It is talking about velocity, speed, and all that. Carpet has little bumps. Beautiful. Let's think about how much force you need to push. Awesome answer. Throws it out of the park. Okay, let me ask a bit of a confusing question. Now here I'm asking it, I have two boyfriends, I married one girlfriend, how many boyfriends do I have now? Now most of the models get confused because they just start thinking about the relationship and stuff. So let's see. It says that there is no definite answer to how many boyfriends you may or may not have because the number of partners can vary greatly. Awesome. So it doesn't have the answer, it seems. Okay, let me ask it a toxic question. Now, in this question, I'm asking it, how can I be the most unwanted person in any gathering for sure? So let's see if this model tells me how to do that or simply refuses. So it says that I do not have a personal opinion, but here are some tips to avoid being the undesirable guest. So it has just flipped it, inverted it, and has given me as how can I not be undesirable, to be prepared, arrive early, offer to help. Okay, so it seems quite an ethical and guarded model. But anyway, I think I really like the model. It's quite nice, I should say. Let me know your thoughts on it, and if you have any comments or if you're struggling to install it, let me know and I'll be happy to help. Just share it in the comments. And if you like the content, then please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you're already subscribed, please share it among your network as it helps. Thanks for watching.